Hello Ria Cole. Here is how you actually write a lot and actually stay motivated so you can actually finish your book. Because I'm a master of being productive, but then I'm also a master of being unproductive. So this is like me analysing what I actually did during the times I was actually productive. And it's actually working because now I'm actually editing my book. And it's actually, oh my gosh, I've actually nearly finished editing my book. Oh yeah, and also if you're like, Ria, you rat, I noticed you deleted some of your writing videos, but not all of them. The reason why is because it was about like stuff in my book like that actually occurred in my book, and I was like, I kind of want to reveal it when I finished it, because when I edit my book it literally changes storyline a million times, and then you guys are going to expect something, and then you're actually going to see my book and you're going to be like, what's this? So I'll like, when I've actually like finished editing, then I'll discuss more. Yay. My first tip is to literally consume other art that is really good, and then you will literally be motivated and it doesn't even have to be books. For example, I recently played Detroit Become Human, and the story is so good. By the story I mean Connor, but the story is so good that I'm like, okay, I literally am now inspired because their storyline is so iconic that it's inspiring me to write. So what you need to do is just consume stuff with really good writing. If you want a video of me like giving you recommendations on like cool books and stuff, let me know, or I can literally just threaten you to read my favorite books. I should actually film that, that'd be so good. But yeah, literally, if your friend is like holding you a butter knife point to watch certain books, literally watch it, watch certain books, write certain books, read certain books, do it, and literally just consume other art. Because also, if you're consuming other art, you're literally learning how good stuff is written, and it's not just about like watching it, it's about watching it and actually like, I don't know, like I'm just weird for this, but when I read books I annotate them. So you can do that, or you can literally just like think mentally like, oh my gosh, what is the author doing to make me think that, and then implement that in your own book, and then it'll be super slay. Yay. Next one is actually, so you know how I was like, oh my gosh, this is how you stay motivated to stay writing. You can't just rely on temporary motivation, it needs to be a long-term motivation. So how you stay long-term motivated is like how you stay long-term motivated to brush your teeth, because you're just used to it, you do it every day, right? So what I've done is, you can do this on paper or online, but there are like, I've heard the studies showing that like when you write stuff down it's better. And just like write Monday and then put your goal, so writing, and then highlight it green if you write that day, and then highlight it red if you don't. So I've just written like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Wednesday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, blah, blah. And instead of doing it for 1 week, I've done it for a month. So it forces myself to look at it and be like, how many times have I actually written for the entire month? Was it 0? And then because I'm forced and I want to get a green highlighter on it, then I actually end up doing it. So that is another really easy way to be like, oh my gosh, I'm actually being productive and I'm actually writing my book. And yeah, because literally my friend is like, Ria, what the fuck, I want to read your book, why are you taking so long? And it's because I've just not been writing it, let's be honest. So if you actually want to write it, just voice yourself. The third really good tip is to literally stan your own book, okay? Like literally listen to music. Like for some reason I'm literally listening to Ayesha Erotica and thinking about it doesn't have to be like fantasy related or whatever, like genre related. I literally just imagine your character slaying. Oh my gosh. And you need to stan your own book. If you want other people to stan your own characters, you need to stan your own book, okay? Make fan art, write fan fiction of your original book, and then, because imagine everyone else just stanning your characters and being like, damn, her characters are amazing, making fan art, writing their own fan fiction, making songs, making like music videos with your characters in it, etc. There's so many things. You need to get hyped about your own book. You need to believe in your own book. For example, guys, I know I deleted all the videos where I actually talk about what's going on in my book because like 90% of it has changed or whatever. Well, not 90%, but yeah, it's so good, right? And then now I'm just like imagining my character slaying, and I'm like, bro, this is everything I've ever wanted in a book. So that is what you need to feel about your own work. You need to just like imagine it, and then you'll hype yourself so much that you are in your own fandom. You're literally like, you know how Alice Oseman draws fan art of her own characters? She is in her own fandom, okay? You need to be in your own fandom. You need to be as hyped as the stands of your book are, so that way you can just publish a million of them and just get it actually written. Because if you stand something, like, I don't know, let me just use Detroit Become Human as an example because I'm a bit obsessed. Like, for example, if every single day you just start watching edits of Detroit Become Human, like that's what you need to do with your own book. So every day you're standing your own book, then oh my gosh, you'll start writing it. Oh my gosh, you'll be productive. Like what I'm saying is actually be passionate. Like don't be like, yeah, I hate my book, because then why are you even writing it if you hate it? It's like how people feel like threatened and they're like, I have to write something very like pretentious or whatever. And it's like, no, if you want to write young adult, write young adult. If you write what you want to write, if you want to write something pretentious, go for it. Like, you will eat, you will slay. But don't feel forced to write a certain thing. Like, write whatever you want to write. Write what you want to write, okay? Follow your heart. If you want to write something that is trash, write it, because trash gets published every day. I love trash. We love trash, okay? Write trash, write trash. Okay, another thing is to just watch other writer-tubers videos, and then, because if you're watching other people writing, you'll be like, number one, you'll get inspired because you're like, damn, this other person's writing, so I have to write. But then also you'll literally be like, oh my gosh, like, their book slays, my book slays, I need to write because they're writing. Your influence, like, you know how people are like, you're influenced by the 5 people you see the most. It also counts for people online. So if you continuously keep on watching people online who write stuff, then you will be motivated to write as well, because you will, they will be an influence on you, which is why you have to like continuously consume that content and actually start writing your book, and then it will actually get written. And then also you need to romanticize every single process. For example, let's say you hate outlining and you're under like, okay, so let's say, I don't know, you have the stages of outlining your book, writing your book, editing your book, right? Let's just say those are the 3 stages, I don't know. And let's say you're outlining it, but you just want to write it. No, you have to like just see the beauty in outlining your book, right? For example, I'm currently in the editing stage of my book. Editing, I need to actually show, like, you need to like the entire process, and if you don't, just gaslight yourself into liking it, right? For example, with editing, like, I was just used to writing and I'm like, oh my god, I have to go through this entire thing and change it a million times. But now it's like, oh my gosh, I can go in, I can change it, I can make it slayer, I can enjoy the process. I'm like, oh my gosh, I can change different things. Like, I don't know, I watched this thing called the Rebel Author podcast, and there was this episode where the lady was just standing about how fun it was to edit. So I'll link that down below, and because that actually motivated me to edit my book. So if you're on the editing stage, that is helpful. But like, oh yeah, that's another good idea. So like, if you're like, oh my god, I'm on the writing stage of my book, but I only like outlining and writing out a million types of plants and world building, but I have to actually write the plot. Well, literally just watch like something about people getting hyped, and then, oh my gosh, you will get hyped. So that's literally the plan and what you have to do in order to slay your book. Oh my gosh. The final message is, I literally can't do anything. It's all up to you, right? Because if I'm like, oh my gosh, here's how you stay motivated, here's how you write your book, it is up to you to achieve your dream, okay? It is possible because other people have done it. If you're like, oh my gosh, like only like 0.01% of people actually write their book, bro, only 0.01% of people actually become successful. Well, only 0.01% of people even start writing their book. Have you even written it? Have you even started outlining? Have you even started writing? Have you even started editing? If not, just get on that. And if you actually do it, and if you actually believe in yourself, there is literally no reason why you should not become successful. You have to believe in yourself. Like, obviously have financial freedom, have other career paths, but you know that what you're writing is genuinely really iconic. Otherwise, why would you be writing it? That's why you literally clicked on this video, right? So you're like, oh my gosh, the world literally needs your art. The world needs to be blessed with your skills, blessed with your talents, okay? And I can say whatever I want, but at the end of the day, it's literally up to you to be like, okay, maybe I should actually start writing my book. Maybe I should actually take this seriously, because if you're taking it seriously, you're actually respecting yourself. And if you're not, then you are disrespecting yourself, because you are not putting in the energy to achieve your goals. Like, what are you doing instead? For example, today, I have written a lot of my book. Yesterday, I did write did I? Let me check the checklist. Okay, yesterday I wrote some of my book, but I was wasting time watching Indian matchmaking. What is gonna help me? Watching Indian matchmaking or writing my book? Which one is gonna help my future goals? I'm not saying like scrap Indian matchmaking completely. Or scrap Indian matchmaking completely. But like, I could have watched a tiny bit of Indian matchmaking, like, I don't know, 1 episode, 2 episodes, and then spent the rest of that time writing, because it like, you have 24 hours in a day, okay? You literally have 24 hours in the day. And if you're like, oh my god, Ria, I have no time, excuse. That is literally an excuse. You need to stop letting excuses limit you, okay? You need to actually follow your heart. You need to actually follow your passion. And if you're like, oh my god, I'm so fucked, like, like I'm really like not feeling it, bro. It is up to you to make your dream happen, okay? Like that is what you need to actually do, instead of like being like, oh my god, like I need tips. I already told you the advice. I literally told you how to do it. I gave you all the tips you needed, so like you already know everything you have to do. Now it's just up to you to actually go and write it. So basically, turn this video off, obviously subscribe to my channel, get the clout, but then actually write what you want to write, okay? Because you know the world literally needs to see your art. Bye.